1,
One,
2,
dos,
3.
tres.
I can work with that, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. It's just you just need the frequency to go.
Yeah, pretty much. We could pretty much do it, and be fine. We could
do
work
anything.
with that. We could do literally anything.
Definitely.
We could name fruits if we wanted to.
We will do this from now on.
Kumquat, which I think is a vegetable. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Guava.
guava, raspberry, and welcome to the
Episode
Screen Age Podcast, where
61.
apparently we just fucking name fruits. I have to censor that one. Actually, I don't know if I have to censor that because it could well be past the minute we were talking about fruits.
Fruits. And potentially one vegetable, we're not sure.
I'll check right now because I'm your inquisitive host, Connor.
I'm Rodrigo.
Oh, that tastes like kumquat.
Is kumquat. Don't spell it how I think you spelled it. Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's a citrus fruit, so that's what a kumquat looks like. It's just like a long orange.
Okay. There you go. Very, very informative episode on fruits because there's nothing else.
Yeah, we might as well keep talking about the nature of citrus fruits at this point.
Yeah.
Because damn.
Where are kumquats from?
I don't know, but if we can keep making the word kumquat be said, I'd be happy with that.
The episode name will just be
Kumquat.
Games Kumquat TV.
We'll start with games, as you say.
Okay, games. Do
Games.
you have anything exciting in the gooms?
There's only a few things exciting in the gooms. Like, we've finally got some things about PSVR 2.
Okay.
Which, it seems interesting. It just kind of seems like everything that you can achieve on PC just with PSVR 2. So I feel like it's just, like, it's selling off the Sony name.
Okay.
So it's
Because
grand.
I feel like the first PSVR wasn't as successful as they may have wanted it to be.
I don't even know. I don't know what they were expecting from it, really. They were like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we'll make do.
Yeah, I feel like VR is, like, very niche.
Mm.
You know, like, there's only a certain amount of people that really enjoy VR. And then there's the others that are like, oh, I could enjoy VR, and then realize that the games are not probably as fun as they could be, or just the lack of games, or just cost a lot of money because, you know, they're expensive games.
And motion sickness kicks you in the
Motion
hole.
sickness is a big thing, and then space is another thing. You don't have enough space, blah blah blah. So I definitely still think that VR is where we're going to head for gaming in the future eventually.
If not, then at least AR, like augmented reality rather than virtual.
Exactly. So it's gonna be some way down that path. So eventually they'll get better, and the way you play is better and stuff. Of course, the whole issue is, like, if you walk, you just walk in real life. You don't walk in the game and things like that. So
I just want to spend like $8,000 on like a big harness device that you sit in, and then like you walk around there with non-friction shoes. It's like, I gotta question yourself at that point.
You do, and but for all we know, in 5 years' time, we're all gonna be playing like in Ready Player One, and that would be pretty cool.
If Elon gets his way, he'll probably just inject a chip into us, and then we'll be like just sitting there, just kind of drooling at our mouths, just experiencing something else.
Oh yeah, I mean, good on you, Elon. But you do you be. But yeah, but hopefully we won't get that. That kind of terrifies me.
I'd be happy enough. That'd be some Sword Art Online shit though.
I feel like it'll just get really weird.
Oh yeah,
like it'll
the
start
amount of
really
catfishing
normal
that'll
and be
do.
like, oh, nice, and then it'll just get really weird. I mean, it's already happening with the whole metaverse thing.
How quickly do you think it gets sexual? Like, I give it 3 days.
I mean, people have already been reporting SA occurring in the metaverse.
Oh,
I can't say the word.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, got it. Yeah, that's they've been doing that in Roblox as well. That's really when I need to question things. Like you see memes and shit like that, where it's like people getting frisky in Roblox, and I'm like, you're not being raised correctly, or if you've already been raised, huh?
If you are over the age of, I want to say, like 12, and you're playing Roblox, you really have to question a lot of things.
Now, I was at one point over the age of 12 and I played Roblox, but it was to achievement hunt it and to ruin scrubs in Battlefield 4. Which I did. Fucking went off.
Yeah, I feel like the concept of Roblox is very good.
Oh, it's incredible.
Like it could definitely work, and it works because I mean Roblox is how old and it's still very successful. But I feel like it's just a very kid orientated.
Yeah, and I think that's grand because like that opens you. Like I think it's perfect for that because that means. Because when I was younger playing it, I wouldn't really play like tycoon games, and I wasn't really into like puzzle games as well. I kind of was, but like I wasn't into as many games when I was really young. I was just playing like shooter games every now and again, and like Lego games. I was like, that's fine. So when I was like play Roblox, it would expose me to a load of other types of games, like tycoon games, explorative games. I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to play this now, like proper ones, and then I would. So it's really good for younger kids to like experience a load of games.
This is true, yes.
But it's still like the community is a bit weird.
Yeah, a bit. Sometimes I'm scrolling on my TikTok and then I get a Roblox video and I'm like, this is very strange. But no, but like you said, it is very good for especially like beginners, like kids that are just getting into gaming. They're able to literally play any type of game. They can literally play horror games. They can play adventure games, RPGs. They can play shooters, battle royales, tycoons, puzzles. You can literally do absolutely any game mode you can imagine. It's on Roblox, so it is very good for that. But anyone that is like I said, I want to say over the age of 12 and plays it like. Not ironically, plays it like unironically and really enjoys.
Like grinds that shit.
Yeah, is.
Yeah, it's worrying.
Questionable. It is questionable. But to each their own, I guess. To each their own.
They can stay there.
And they can stay there, yeah. But yeah, that's Roblox. Our little
apparently.
Rant for today. I have one game that was delayed that has made us both very sad. Yeah, so STALKER 2 has been delayed till December. Very sad. Because this was definitely one game that we were banking on to really like have and play and go through all that, and it has been delayed about 7 months, which is quite tragic.
Yeah, part of me is a bit happy. Oh no, because it's beyond Game Pass, so we got it for free anyway. Yeah. Like usually I could turn around and be like, I'm happy for a game to be delayed if there was like a horror story of its development and stuff like that, or if it's a little bit behind, or if there's like Halo Infinite where it released demo and we were like no, and they went okay and listened and they made it better, which they did, and that's like a big old redemption story on 343's part, even though they're kind of sapping Infinite at this moment, kind of making bad multiplayer decisions, but we'll get to that. With STALKER, I didn't hear anything, so when it was delayed, it was a bit of a shock, but I don't know how to feel about it. As I said, usually I'm like, yeah, I'm happy for a game to be delayed once at least. This is 7 months for a game that hasn't had an issue.
Yeah.
That I think of, or heard of, at least.
No, it was really just announced at, I can't remember what event it was, but it was announced and it was like, it's coming straight to Game Pass, blah, 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 excitement, and then it was like, out of nowhere, 4 months before it's meant to come out, they're like, yeah, December, and they gave a reason here. I have it here. They were like, it's their biggest project in history of GSC, and it requires thorough testing and polishing. We're convinced that development should take as long as necessary. Which is true.
It's fair, yeah, definitely.
100%. If it's to polish it and just literally to polish it and just make sure it's not glitchy and shit, great. But if it's gonna be like a Cyberpunk thing that you're just gonna delay to say that you're fixing it, and it releases a broken hot piece mess, then it's like, why did we wait?
Isn't it amazing how after Cyberpunk happened, every time a game gets delayed, everyone is like, oh fuck. It's not even like, okay, it's been delayed. Like when Infinite got delayed, we were all like, oh fuck. Well, no, because Infinite was delayed before Cyberpunk came out, wasn't it?
Came out, yeah.
Yeah, so even then...
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was, because it was supposed to come out in 2019 in October.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't, but Cyberpunk came out in 2020. So, yeah, not even Halo Infinite. So, which is any game nowadays after Cyberpunk's release, once there's one delay, we're like, uh-oh, is there going to be more delays? Is there going to be another Cyberpunk? What the hell's going on? What's going on? Are we going to get it? Are we ever going to get it? So it's like, yeah, it's funny how even this, we're like, oh god, it's going to be a Cyberpunk, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like ever since the Cyberpunk thing of it just going to shit, I feel like the whole gaming industry has been very critical of any game that has come out. I feel like they're kind of expecting perfection, even though it's never been the case. We've never gotten a game that's perfect off the bat.
No.
Maybe one or two that have been, but in general they aren't. So like, okay, like my example would be Battlefield 2042. Yes, it is broken. Yes, all that. But I feel like it's been overly criticized. If this would have came out before the whole Cyberpunk thing, I think it would have been like, it's kind of disappointing, but it's fun. So we'll play it and we'll give them time to fix it. But ever since the whole Cyberpunk thing, it's like, if they don't fix it straight away, it's useless.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because again, like it's the way Halo Infinite. If we were to be like that, because I think that's a bit, again, it's a redemption story. At the beginning, we were like, nah, fuck that, it's going to be shit. Even though we haven't gotten it, we were already, no, it's going to be shit. And then they were like, here's the game. We're like, oh my god, this is awesome, and then we loved it. But like the issue with Halo Infinite now isn't pre-development issues or anything like that. It's at the moment they're just making a load of dumb decisions when it comes to multiplayer. They're changing competitive ranking schemes and all this type of shit. Their cosmetic stores was way too expensive, but they've listened to fans and they're reducing prices. Like I've kind of stopped playing Halo Infinite, not because I don't want to play it. I do love it. It's just I'm waiting for competitive playlists to come back in so I can be like, okay, good. I don't spend 15 fucking minutes playing one round of Capture the Flag when I don't want to be playing Capture the Flag. I want to be playing SWAT Slayer or Domination. So when it comes to making decisions about video games and their decisions about things, they're being way more criticized nowadays than say before Cyberpunk, because it's just attention to detail on this game is just going to be like, what, like with Stalker, it's like we've already seen it and it's like this looks unreal, it looks fantastic, but I have a feeling it's going to take a lot of testing and polishing to maintain that like real lifeness, and I have a feeling they're also going to bump up the graphics from their demo from, I think it was the Xbox showcase was when that was.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone was like, whoa. So yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like we also like the devs are like scared to put something out if it's not perfect. So like even with Halo, they might have playlists ready for multiplayer, but are scared because there might be like a little bug in it, and they're just like, oh well, if we release this, we're just gonna get fucking slated. So they're kind of like, we don't want to release it, but we should, and they should, but I don't know.
Yeah, because with Halo again, as you said there with playlists, it actually already happened with Slayer. They were like, oh yeah, we have it, but with Slayer we feel like it's going to cause too much of a problem on the internet servers and stuff like that. So they were like, we're not going to release Slayer yet. So I was like, okay, that's a bit shitty, but fine. But then they released it anyway because they got backlash and it was fine. So yeah,
it was fine. Yeah,
I say people are a little bit too, but like, I don't get that. I think people focus, as you say, too much on a game being perfect, rather than experiencing a game. People want something that's they can look at and say is good, rather than play and say it's good.
Yes.
Like they're not
definitely.
movies. If a movie because we fucking watched Eternals last night. I regret my decision. But that entire
Wasn't that bad, was it?
oh, I did not like it. But the CGI in it looks so video gamey. So if I was to look at that, I'd be like, it's like, I'd look at it and go, oh, it's not good to watch because it's a movie. But a game is a game. You play and experience the game. So
Yeah.
for something to not look good, it's like you choosing a FIFA game because the graphics look good over, say, Undertale, which is an 8-bit game, where Undertale is much better, has a weird community, but is unreal. But you're deciding to play a sport game over a good game. And yes, I said that.
Yeah. I know it's like, well, that's a bit different with preference, I guess, but
Yeah,
like,
but it's what's like.
yeah, I know, yeah, but it's like, which I know we keep harping on about it, but we go back to Cyberpunk. Yes, it was broken, but if you actually played the game, which a lot of people obviously have, and they really enjoy the story, the gameplay, everything. And it's like, if you could just look past the bugs, if you look past the visual weird glitches that occur, you can play this well and enjoy it, because the game is good. It might visually not look great, but you can still enjoy yourself. And I feel like you said, it has really just gotten to the point where it's like, if it isn't beautiful, I can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be the case, because there is a lot of games that are top down that aren't beautiful, or just a little pixel moving across the fucking screen, and they're amazing. And it's just like, we don't need it to be this 4K realistic thing for it to be a good game.
That is another thing I'm seeing. There's 3 letters coming up more and more lately, which is the phrase RTX. And more I see them in like HDR, or like all those type of like 4K realism things. Every time I see them, I'm like, I really hope you're not going just RTX, because you're going to put every console out there, every PC out there at risk if you're going to just put out RTX games from now on. But that's a kind of a different thing. It's focused on everything being beautiful and being like, yeah, cool, but it'll like no one can experience it if you make it too beautiful. But like, the best example I can give is Skyrim. Skyrim, to an extent, looks beautiful, but it is the buggiest fucking game you will ever damn play. And I should know, because it is the game I have the most hours in. It is so buggy, but it is a masterpiece at the exact same time. It is beautiful. It's brilliant. It's one of the best games of all time. It's certainly one of my favorite games of all time. But it's buggy as shit. And people may look at it and go, oh, it's buggy, I'm not going to play it. Like, fuck you. That's some of the charm in it. You want to get launched into orbit? You want to get fuck it. You want to get launched in low atmosphere orbit for a giant? Fucking play Skyrim and just accept it. I'm like,
Yeah.
So.
Actually, that's weird that you brought that up, because I had a dream last night about, it was you and me were playing Skyrim, but it was like 4K, and we were playing it in VR. It was really strange. It was so weird. So weird that you brought it up.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of it. Anyway, it was cool though. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I woke up, I was like, should I play Skyrim? And then
Oh god, no.
No, I'd probably get past the making my character and go, oh, that's enough for today.
It takes a while.
It does take a while. But yeah, that's that for that. Anything else?
we actually still have the Steam Deck being launched next month, and I completely forgot about it. And I was going to talk to you about it because you still have it pre-ordered.
Yeah, mine is pre-ordered. It was delayed. It was meant to come out December, and then it got delayed, like a month because they were missing components because shortages everywhere. So they said instead of only having some, we'll delay it a little bit to have everything ready. Yes, I still have my pre-order. It is meant to come out next week, but as far as I'm aware, and I think it shouldn't be coming out like my one, because there's like 3 versions and they're all coming out at separate times.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I understand from it, and it says after Q2 of this year, so Q2 of this year would be like June. So I don't understand what they're saying by they're going to be released next month, because I definitely can't afford it next month. So I was hoping it'd come out in June, so I'm still hoping it'll come out in June so I can actually afford it then. But yeah, I am excited to have it because I do want to have something that I can play PC games on without having to invest a load of money into a big PC or a good laptop. Because the Steam Deck, it said it can run big games like Doom Eternals and stuff, so like that's a pretty big game. So if it can run that, it can pretty much run every other game that I want to play. So that would be good, and I feel like you would be very happy about something to play Steam games on.
Yeah, probably. If like depending on what can properly be played and what compatibility is with like servers and shit like that, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool, and like that, and I think it's really cool because it comes with a port that obviously you charge it on, but like it has like USB slots and a HDMI that you could just basically make it into a PC. You just hook it all up to a monitor, plug in your mouse and keyboard, and there you have it. It's like having a PC. So it's not necessarily always has to be handheld. So it's quite cool. So I look forward to having it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I should. Like a part of me is like, should I wait a little bit so that if there is any like hardware issues they can fix it, or should I just get it? But then I was thinking like it's like getting the Xbox day one. You know, it's gonna be it's not gonna be broken. Like it'd be very unfortunate for it not to work. So
yeah,
I'll still get it. Yeah, looking forward to it though.
Should be awesome.
Yeah, hope so. I mean, shit's expensive, so I hope it's good.
Shit is expensive.
I'm getting the middle one. I'm not getting the most expensive one or the cheap one.
But look at what you're saying you can do on it.
Yeah.
Of course it's expensive.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And there is, like, they're still kind of, like, not telling us everything, but it kind of looks like you can potentially have Windows 10 on it, which means you just have a PC. Like, if you're able to, like, go on Google, open Word, do any work that you need to do on it, it's like having a PC. And it's like, hey, yes please.
I'd love it if it like
record on.
Oh yeah, I'd love it if no. I'd love it if they were like, oh, this is a big revolutionary thing for playing PC games. Why are we getting big PCs? And then they reduce the component pricing of PCs. I would love that. That'll never happen, but fuck.
I mean, if anyone was gonna do it to make money off it, it definitely would be Steam. Because they could just be like, hey, look, like this is better than PCs. You don't need a PC anymore. All prices drop for PCs, and then they just buy a shit ton of stuff to either make PCs or make more Steam Decks. So I mean, it wouldn't be a smart idea. Maybe you should hit up Steam and be like, hey, I'll run the finances from here.
Don't question a few million being lost, but you know.
This could work. What are the probabilities? About 5%, but trust me.
High risk, high reward. I rephrase. Exactly. Only risk, probably reward.
I think there's a reward. I'm not sure.
Let me go back to the numbers. No reward, but I get something. It's a reward for me for trying.
I worked for Steam for a little bit.
This is
If
going
it
on my
works, I get a
resume.
bonus. If I don't, I get sacked. I don't care.
I got a reference. Who cares?
Exactly. It's a win for me. You probably have everything to lose. Yeah, but I'm still banking on Steam eventually coming on Xbox. Even though that was like rumored like 3 years ago, and there's literally been no rumor since.
Yeah, you know.
You never know. Never know. Yeah. That's all I have for games anyway.
Before we move on, I do want to mention Activision coming out and straight up apologizing for the state of Call of Duty at the moment. Straight up being like, we hear you, like all the basic shit, and everyone's like, oh, it's too late, it's too little too soon, or whatever the fuck. What?
Too little too late.
Too little too late. What did I say? But like the fact they came out and are acknowledging the shit that their games are in. But then it is then rumored that the next Call of Duty 2022 may come out earlier because of the shit performance of Vanguard.
That's great.
I
That's
mean,
exactly what everyone wants.
What in the fuck?
I know. I actually saw a funny statistic the other day. It was on Twitch. There is more people watching people sleeping on Twitch than people watching people play Vanguard.
Oh my god. Because Vanguard really came and went. Like, I know I say that about a few games that they come and leave, but like those games will generally have a bit of coverage when it comes out. I have seen nothing outside of some people make fun of it. I've seen no gameplay. I don't even know if there's a fucking campaign in it.
That's
Is there?
the question. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Because I've heard no details about it.
No, I actually have no idea. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's like with the main selling point of Call of Duty World War II was that there was an awesome campaign. The campaign was awesome, but I don't know if there's a campaign in this.
Yes, it does.
Campaign? It does?
It does. I haven't heard anything about it. It must not be that good.
I heard nothing. 6 hours to clear?
Now that you said that, I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We've definitely had a conversation
a long time ago.
Something being quick to clear, alright.
6 hours is a joke.
Is nothing. That's one day.
Yeah. That's one. You could do that in a sitting.
Oh, and that's probably not even like
That's probably like exploring a little bit.
Yeah. Close to an hour. There's close to an hour worth of cinematics.
An hour. So you've actually only played for 5 hours.
5 hours. No wonder why we haven't heard anything about it, because there theoretically is no fucking campaign.
Yeah. I remember when it came out, people were like, "Oh, it's not as bad as we thought. Like the multiplayer is fun." And then, like, literally, like 2 weeks later, like, never mind.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything of it.
Yeah. Look, COD is in a state at the moment. I'm definitely not buying a COD for a while.
I like,
need...
if you were to ask me during Cold War, would you buy Modern Warfare 2, like the sequel to 2019 Modern Warfare? I would have said yes, still, because like I like Modern Warfare. But then they did Vanguard, which is a reskin of Modern Warfare. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to get the next one if that's what they're doing. And then they're releasing it like shit. And now they're going to fucking release it sooner because of shit sales. It's not how the fuck that works, but here we are anyway.
Yeah, like, COD is one of the greatest franchises, and they're really driving it to the ground.
Oh, it's
they are
sad.
Really destroying it. Like, I know their whole thing was, like, for the past 20 years. No, we don't have 20 CODs, do we?
Probably. This one feels like it.
But we've had a COD every year for however long. Like, since the first one, we've had one every single year. So, and like, back in the day, we had season passes. So we always, every 3 months, we got new maps, we got new guns, maybe new operators, new zombie maps, and they had basically a whole set of campaigns for them with fucking Easter eggs. So there was excitement. But now it's like, here's the game, see you in 9 months when you have to buy the next one. It really is just that now. And it's like, there is no new releases of maps. Okay, they do release new maps. You play for a little bit, go, this is just shit. I'll go back to the one map everyone likes, which is probably Shipment or Nuketown, depending on which franchise it's out at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we're literally playing one map. I can't remember a game of COD. Probably the last one is Black Ops 3, where I liked multiple maps.
Yeah.
Black Ops 3 is probably the last one I played where I was like, I don't really care, bar like one map. I'll play any map. But Modern Warfare, it was literally Shipment or Shooting Range. Cold War was Nuketown. There's just shit maps.
You were close. There's 19 Call of Duties.
Okay, so the last 19 years we've had a COD every year. Which is insane. And they're just going to make it earlier this year. Making it a big L20. You'd think for their 20th COD they'll do something magical. And it's going to be a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't even realise it's their 20th till they release and go, oh, our 20th was shit.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. Because
sad.
COD has always had a special place for us, and they have really just ruined it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we move on.
Yeah.
Which one?
On the TV series, because we're going to talk from one people making a bit of a shit show of things to another people I consider making a bit of a shit show of things, which is Netflix is increasing their price yet a fucking again.
I did see that yet again. I don't think it's in Ireland, right? But in America, there is like 3 different, what are they called? Price ranges, I guess.
Oh fuck! It's.
What's the word for it?
Yep. There are 3 subscriptions services. There are 3
categories, I guess.
No, what the fuck is it? When you sign up to a gym, you get a certain package, membership. What the fuck is it? You get certain plans. That's it. You get a certain plan.
So there's 3 separate 3 plans with obviously 3 different prices. But the cheapest one is like $10 a month or something. But the cheapest one is you get everything at 480p.
What? No.
You get yes, you get everything at 480p.
Netflix plans America, we'll say. Plans of price. Okay, what the fuck do you get basic?
480p.
HD, not HD. Okay, I think also because this is only something that I like realized, like when I went back down to Waterford. Like HD actually isn't 1080p; it's 720.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that only
HD 720.
Yeah, that only clicked with me when I went back. I was like, why the fuck? Like, but why is that not the normal? Like, why is 1080p not HD? Because that's HD on YouTube. HD is like. Yeah. If I was to go to YouTube right now, I think 720 might say HD, but hang on, if I just look up fucking YouTube now and click the first video that I see, that I hope is in. Okay, come on.
Yeah, HD 720. That's mental.
Yeah, so it says HD is 720. No, so YouTube doesn't even have HD as 720. It just has as 1080. So on YouTube, the bare minimum for HD is 1080p, but on TV it's 720.
It's weird.
What is that? I don't get that.
See, okay, so HD is 720, full HD is 1080p.
Yeah, but full HD isn't in the plans.
No, it's not.
Because it's HD 720, Ultra HD was 4K.
Yeah.
So like 1080 is just not there. But so why isn't like most TVs are compatible are like their basic fucking setting is 1080p.
I don't know
why
either.
is hate like? But this isn't even just Netflix. This is like Sky. It's like BT, whatever the fuck you have. Basic HD is 720p.
Yeah.
Which isn't even HD on YouTube. So it would be if like I could say something. If it was like, oh, maybe the signal coming in is harder to maintain at 1080p. Fuck that, YouTube has
If YouTube
hundreds of millions of people, like way more than what Sky would have per fucking day, watching a 1080 to 4K to 8K fucking screen, and yet they're able to bump it. They claim 1080p is the basis for HD.
Yeah.
And I would claim saying something that is full something is actually something. Like half a glass of water is not half a glass of water. It's not a full glass of water. It is a glass of water. If I was asked for a glass of water, you hand me half of a fucking full glass, I'd be like, no more, please. So it's in full HD is full HD.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good. I never thought of it like that. But yeah, you can get Netflix at 480p.
480.
Who the fuck is watching Netflix at 480p? If you don't realize how shit 480p is, just go on Google and literally write in 480p resolution, and then
Go
you'll see
on
a bunch
Google. Just look at the main search bar of Google. That's in 1080.
480. First of all, that is disrespectful by Netflix to even have that option, right? The disrespect to even offer that to people, right? That's disrespectful. But two, is anyone getting that? What? And not only getting it, because you might be like, I don't understand what this resolution shit means. Get it, watch something and go, fuck this and cancel it. But is anyone watching it and going, I'll keep it, and consistently pay $10 or whatever it is to watch something with that shit resolution? Is anyone actually doing that? Or is that just like a pricing strategy that Netflix has done? It's like, well, we're charging 15, but it's not our only one. You could go cheaper. So then people are like, oh, it's too expensive, because they could just be like, I'll just go for the cheaper one then, I guess.
Yeah. And then it's shit, and then they go, oh, we might as well go for the more expensive one because the stuff I'm going to watch. They pay for it, forget about it, never watch anything. So
exactly,
like, it definitely is, but my thing is, I don't care about their fucking marketing strategies. I don't give a shit about that. I care about why is everything that I watch in 720.
Yeah.
When I can go on YouTube, pirate it or rent it and get it for 1080 to 4K. Like, I don't.
1080 to 4K, and you could even get some shit at 8K at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like we've moved on so much resolution wise that we really need to stop 720. Like, 720 should not exist anymore. At the bare minimum,
480 shouldn't exist anymore.
Sorry?
480 shouldn't exist anymore.
Definitely not 480, but the bare minimum on everything, on TV, shows, streaming, everything should be 1080p.
Yeah.
100% should only be 1080p. Nothing else should be made with 720. It's just...
Or at least make it at 720, but have that be the base. Like, literally have basic there be 720. And have it as SD. Because I said 720, I think, is... Like, it's HD, but it's not full HD. So it's like, just have that as the basic one, and then have 1080p as actually HD. They should rename that standard definition in 720, because that's where we're at the moment. We're actually advancing our shit. Like, the fact that I can go onto YouTube and still watch something in like 240 or one, or like whatever it is, one something P is like, I get some people might just want to like listen to something, so they're going to reduce the quality of it. So then just go to fucking Spotify or something. But like, the fact that 720 nowadays is still seen as HD, or
I know,
is not just basic, is a bit beyond me. The fact that 1080p is not seen as HD, because it's 1080p still looks beautiful. But
it does. Yeah.
But with like 4K and 8K coming in, all like full HD shouldn't be 1080p. That should just be HD now.
No, definitely not. No, like
that's fucking mental.
Like 720 should be like.
It's the
like
base.
they're really budget. Like that they're really like, okay, if you can't afford a 1080, fine, go for it. But like, I'm looking, like, I'm trying to find a TV that's like ready, HD ready, which is 720.
720.
And I can't really find one.
No, and they're probably dirt cheap as well.
That's what I'm trying to compare, because you can get 1080p's one for cheap.
Yeah.
You can get 1080, like a decent sized 1080, maybe like a 32-inch, something like that, 1080p smart for like 250 euro. And that's all you need. Like, okay, no, not all you need, but like that's basic 1080p. Like, I still don't know how someone, why they're still making 720 stuff.
Yeah.
It's just disrespectful at this stage. Like, look, I'm here on Amazon, right? There's a TV here, 720p, 32 inches, LED, 60 hertz, £259. You're insane if you're paying that. You are absolutely insane if you're paying that much money for 720.
Also, there is no TV. I'm on Curry's PC World at the moment. I'm looking through them all. There's no I haven't yet to see a TV that has broken into the 40 range. But there's one here that's a Sony HD ready, 60 hertz frame second or refresh rate. That's €450. What the fuck? So that's just HD ready stuff. So if I go full HD, and then, there it is. Like, already it is a 40-inch full HD TV at 60 hertz, the same as the last one, and then there's more HDMI things, same everything for 220. There's a better TV with better shit on it for even the one beside it, like, because the other one was full HD, it was 32-inch full HD radio HDR and wasn't smart as LED. And it was €450. There's a smart TV here that's 32 inches, full HD, HDR, LED for 300. 150 less for the same size TV. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either. And like, I just try to find a 480p TV.
They exist.
They don't sell them anymore, but they're the big block ones. Like, there is no.
Oh yeah.
What are they called? Flat screen.
Yeah. See, we're so used to the screens being normal, we don't know. We forget they're called flat screens.
Yeah. They're flat screen TV. I had a 480 big box TV, obviously many years ago, like probably about 10 years ago. But like, you can't get them anymore. Like, you can't get something that's a 480p, so why is there even options to even watch it on 480p? The only time I watch stuff on 480p on YouTube is when my internet might be like really bad, and it's just not loading a video well, so I might turn it down, or if I'm streaming something to, like, I don't know, make it better, just to, like, so it runs and stops buffering, I might turn down the resolution for a match or something. But like, I would never watch a TV show or a movie at 480p. I would literally rather watch paint dry than that. So even just the disrespect to even offer that is just insane to me.
You're calling it disrespect.
It is disrespectful though.
Yeah. So weird. Yeah. Oh shit, we're on TV. I'm in movie. It's like, that's a weird thing to see. Yeah. Netflix just kind of being disrespectful to us all. And other TV streaming services just being disrespectful with resolutions, so. Don't get it.
I don't get it either. Don't understand. But look, that was a weird rant. So,
I mean,
movies.
not movies
but
yet. No.
Oh, sorry, TV. Yeah, so Netflix, stop bringing your prices up. Especially, like, I don't mind them bringing prices up, because, I mean, man, they gotta make a living, right? But, and they have to fund their shows, but if you're not giving us good shows or good movies...
That's my issue.
Then what are we paying more for? If you go... You're gonna be paying more, but all these TV shows like X, Y, and Z that you love so much will get renewed and have better budgets.
You walked into that
one. And like, these are gonna have better budgets, therefore the quality is gonna be better. Maybe more episodes available rather than 6. It'll be 10 now. Something like that. Then it's like, okay, I'm willing to pay that extra €2 a month that you're gonna be raising the price, but we're just gonna be getting the same shit. It's just like, why am I paying more for this? I could just cancel this and get, I don't know, Disney Plus or Hulu instead or something.
Look at the amount of shows that's come out since their last price hike. Try to think of all the shows that came out in the last price hike, and then think to yourself, how many of them have been in the last 3 months?
Yeah, because like
nearly all the most popular ones are in the last 3 months.
We had Sex Ed. We had
that's season 3.
Squid Game, which was a low budget thing.
Oh yeah,
and not
that was also that was unexpected.
I can't really think of. Probably Casablanca got. No, not Casablanca. What's the...
Castlevania. Casablanca.
No. The other one. Casa de Papel. The heist one. Money Heist.
Oh, Money Heist. Casa de Papel. Oh, that's cool.
It's recorded in Spanish.
I don't know. That does kind of question me. Why isn't it just in Spanish? Why is the title just Spanish?
I don't know. It is called Casa de Papel, but they call it Money Heist for some reason.
Casa de Papel sounds so much cooler.
Yeah, and it's also House of... Like, that translates... Direct translation is like House of Paper. Like, a house made of paper. Which has nothing to do with Money Heist.
Yeah.
Guess. But yeah, they should just leave it at the name, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, this is like...
But yeah, there hasn't been anything that has really, like... Even movie-wise, other than, like, Red Notice... which was like a big budget movie, there hasn't been anything that like has really like been like, massive. Okay, that was worth it, you know.
That wasn't already there prior to the price hike. So and then we get to think about how many shows were fucking cancelled or tried and that we don't have any more. Like it's so many. We have so many shows. So much shit has been trudged out, and now we're going to have to pay for more. This is worse than taxes.
Yeah. It's true though, like even with like Sex Ed and Outer Banks, those are like the 2 shows that Netflix shows that I watch and I enjoy, and they are massive shows. Like everyone. Pretty much everyone that has Netflix, bar like you, has watched like one or both of the 2 shows, because they're massive, and they bring massive amount of views when they're dropped, and massive amount of revenue, and they take like months. They only like I think like 2 weeks ago announced that Outer Banks was getting a season 4, and I think maybe a month or 2 ago they announced that Sex Ed was getting the next season. And it's like, okay, we waited like 4 months after release to even get that announcement, but with shows like You, which aren't as big as Sex Ed, get announced straight away. And then there's other shows that are very good and get cancelled and just never got renewed. And I'm like, why does it take so long to renew something when you can clearly see it's popular and it's working, and then there's shows that are really working and popular and you discard them and choose another show renewed for a new season, it's just gonna be shit. I don't understand sometimes how they make decisions. I don't know.
I don't know either, really.
Like, there's someone out there getting paid millions to make these decisions, and they still get it wrong and continue to be paid millions. So I mean, I'd love that job.
Oh yeah,
to be able to
make bad decisions, get paid for it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like my life anyway. But
without getting paid
without
for it.
Without the money, yeah. I mean, if I did that, I'd be a millionaire. But yeah, like I don't get it. I don't get it.
No.
But from one streaming service to the other, have you watched Boba Fett?
I have, actually. Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm actually quite enjoying
it. When I watched the second one, right, there is basically zero speaking in that whole episode.
Basically.
And it is one of the best episodes of any show I've ever watched. I genuinely got emotional watching that episode. And there was basically no speaking.
Yeah.
There was, of course, some speaking. A lot of just literally noise and going, okay, I understand what they meant by that. And it was just so genuinely amazing. And I was just so, like, just taken back by just how amazing, with so little speaking, it just had so much emotion. And it just built the world for Boba Fett just so well. It just fitted so well. And like the reason that came to mind is because I saw this thing, and the Boba Fett star thinks his character talks too much. Like, he thinks he's speaking too much, because Boba Fett generally doesn't speak in general. So it's just amazing.
I kind of agree with him. In fairness, I think he should, like, he wants to rule on respect, so the whole thing is like he wants to be seen as working with people, not having people work for him. So I get the whole, like, you have, of course, to speak a little bit more, and I understand him wanting to look more mysterious, but there has to be a balance. I went into the show not actually expecting a whole lot. I genuinely thought it was going to be Mandalorian 2. And be like, okay, there's going to be a few things, he might go bounty hunting, blah, blah, blah. Well, I knew I was going to go bounty hunting, but I was like, oh, they probably show a few other things. But when it became like a fucking crime mafia thriller for a bit, and then became a Western train heist, I was like, this show is doing some incredible things. That entire heist scene, it's not really a spoiler,
the whole train,
but the whole heist scene is brilliant.
Fantastic.
And like, I was very taken by it. I was like, you know what, this show might be better than I anticipated. This might be up there, alright. And I find it unfair that it's like, someone's reported on it 4 days ago saying, oh, Book of Boba Fett isn't as popular as post-release as The Mandalorian. No fucking shit! It's The Mandalorian! Of course it's going to be more popular.
The Mandalorian was, it came out with Disney Plus, and it was revolutionary to the Star Wars. And it was just it was nothing bar maybe Obi-Wan, the Kenobi show. Bar that show, every other show that comes out will never have the same impact as The Mandalorian did. That show was perfect from episode 1 to 10 or 6, whatever it was. It was just perfect all the way through, and it was a different pacing, different way of looking at the Star Wars world, new characters. It was perfect. So no show is going to have that impact.
No.
It'd be very hard for a show to have that impact, I think. Yeah. And I am still pleasantly surprised with Boba Fett of how much I am enjoying it. I did as well think it was going to be Mandalorian 2.0, but it's completely different.
Oh yeah.
Like Jon Favreau is a genius.
Oh yeah, he's certainly up there.
He's an absolute genius. So you haven't watched episode 3, have you?
No, I know of the big pet he's going to get, but that's I haven't done much more besides. Besides, I also know that Danny Trejo's in it, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. No, that is also a very good episode. Episode 3 is
I'll
very good.
Definitely give it a watch.
It's just such a pleasant surprise, and every Wednesday I'm just like, oh, if you get another one. It's just nice. It is nice, and like we've said it, just need Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're done with Marvel. Give us Star Wars. Yeah. But before we move on, because we only have like 5 minutes, the Peacemaker show came out.
Yes.
Didn't watch it, of course, because I can't. It's not on anything. Apparently, it's very good though. Apparently, it was very funny. It was very good. Like the first like opening scene is a musical, which is like it just sets the tone of just how funny and stupid it's gonna be. I saw this thing that he says a joke about Batman.
Yeah.
And it almost wasn't allowed to be on. I kind of want to know what it is. I lost it and I can't find it. But the other funny thing is that they made Batmite DCU canon.
Oh yeah, I'm worried about that one.
I don't know what that means. Like I don't know how. Like why is he canon? Because I doubt there's a whatever that was on it.
I just don't like Batmite. He's an annoying little fucker.
Oh. The insult that nearly didn't make the show.
Is it going to be fucking basic, isn't it? It's going to be, there's a connotation to this. Fuck off, what is it?
It literally says, where is it? Let me read this whole thing. That seems him accusing Arthur Curry of engaging in an unnatural act with fish. Later, Peacemaker claims Superman has a poop fetish, then gets into an argument about Batman that sees him hilariously calling the Cape Crusader a pussy for not killing people. That is the insult to Batman that almost wasn't approved by DC.
A man engaging in coitus with an Aquarius life is apparently acceptable. Then a man engaging in coitus with fecal matter is apparently okay, but calling a man a vulgar word for a coward because he just killed someone is
almost not accepted.
Not okay.
Yeah, too far. I honestly thought he was gonna really lay into him.
I thought he was gonna say something about his parents dying.
Yeah, or something. But calling him a pussy for not killing is one of the most basic things you could. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of people claim that. A lot of people say that about him.
That's basic.
Yeah, so I'm disappointed I even found the article again.
Yeah, oh god.
But sure. We move on.
Yeah, to whatever the fuck we have in movies.
I don't have any. I watched a movie yesterday. What's it called?
That's a good indication.
It was. It's called Night Hunter.
The hell is that?
It's with Henry Cavill.
Oh, the hell is that?
Is it Night Hunter? Yeah, and it with Alexander Daddario as well.
What in the hell is that?
And Nathan. Yeah. I want to say Nathan Fillion as well.
3 of my crushes.
Maybe not Nathan Fillion. One second.
Okay, 2 of my crushes at least.
But it's about they hunt. They're hunting this. Oh, it is Nathan Fillion. Yeah. 3 of my crushes. They're basically a cop. It's a cop movie about finding a guy that is kidnapping girls and holding them hostage and shit. And it's just a whole thing about the interrogating the guy and everything and like trying to figure out more stuff that he's done. He's wearing a beard in the film as well.
I know, that's what I'm looking at. Holy shit.
I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was very, very fun, very good. I thought the story was amazing. And then I looked at Rotten Tomatoes and 19%. I was like, this has no right being 19%. This was quite good. I quite enjoyed this film. It was very fun, very good action. Just the story, the plot twist at the end, I didn't see coming. It's fantastic. I thought it was great.
There's a few things here I was like calling out. like there's a what's it called, a review here. It's just like, just enjoy it. Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. The guy that plays the kidnapper, what an actor! Oh my god! Fantastic.
People need to like just realize when an action movie is an action movie, it's an action movie for a fucking reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Ben Kingsley, yeah, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, the cast is big actually.
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley is a good actor. Yes.
Oh no, he's oh, Stanley Tucci's in it as well. That's amazing. I don't know any of the rest.
Yeah, but it was actually quite. We were just kind of sitting there like flicking through Netflix, and I just saw what was on the top 10 Netflix things, and this was like 7, and we'd never seen it, so I was like, fuck it, let's throw it on. And honestly, it was just amazing. I couldn't. Of course, there are moments in the film, like it's not a perfect film. There are moments where I'm like, oh come on, let's just move on from this. It's a bit slow, but in general, I genuinely was just couldn't stop looking at it because I was just like, I need to know what's happening. Oh
yeah, great. Like you just enjoyed it. Like people could just enjoy movies.
Yeah, you could just enjoy them. They don't need to be this perfect thing. They could just be a film you will never watch again. You just watch it once and go, that was enjoyable, and just move on. But it was good. It was good. I would recommend. But yeah, give us why didn't you like Eternals?
I'm literally reading a thing about Eternals right now, trying to figure out why the fuck. I'm gonna call it now. It's movie came out a while back. I'm gonna call it spoilers.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Yeah, it was. I could summarize the entire movie in just one sentence of I could not give a fuck. The amount of things in it that was like literally. This is how I explained it afterwards. It was like when they got down to the planning area, and they were like, "Okay, we need to plan this movie." Okay, the first scroll came up. What are we going to put on the scroll? There's a character development. Okay, there's 4 people in there. One guy is doing action, one guy is doing drama, one guy is doing romance, other guy is just saying character development. All right. So the character scrolls. The main guy goes, "Okay, what are we going to do to that?" And the guy who says character development throws it forward and goes, "Character development." It's like, okay, character development then. Okay, we're going to give their backstories for a bit. It's like, okay, obviously character development, so let's get that out of the way. Now, we've put up the universe. What next? Character development. Okay, you're quite loud. Okay, for Act 1, character development. Okay, still quite fucking loud. We'll go with this again. Act 2, character development. Fuck me. Alright, character development again on this. Okay, Act 4, character development. Stop fucking shouting character development at me. Alright. What about the fight scene? Oh, the character development. Where do you keep coming up with this shit? Okay, character development. Oh. Okay, what about the end credit sequence? Character development. We can't get character development in the end credit sequence. Yeah, we can. We have end credit scenes. Like, fuck, we can get character development in end credit sequence. The entire thing was just character development. And I didn't give a shit about any of them. I was like, oh, fine, whatever.
And I think we can, if we go back to the tape, when I watched this, I said pretty much the exact same thing. Yeah. I said, do you know when they do all the flashbacks to them originally being back in the day, and like they're helping them come up to the point where they split up when the whole Rome thing happens or something. I can't remember which event in history was occurring, but they all fought and then they split up. If you had a prequel film before this one came out, of when they got to Earth up to that point in the film.
Yep.
It's a good film. Good background, good character development. You got all that in. You got all that in the origin. Yeah. And then, from that point, you do the rest of the film in a separate film.
Yep.
It's a great second film. The issue with Eternals is they try to do the whole backstory, develop characters, and kill some of them in the one film. We had no time to even get attached to them. I think out of the 7 of them, or how many ever there was, like 4 of them die, and literally there are moments where it's meant to be emotional. There are moments where it's a sad death, and you're just kind of sitting there going, okay,
and move on,
and move on.
of times where a character came on screen and I went, "Oh yeah, you." Like the fucking deviant that like killed 3 of them and like absorbed them. When he just came out of the water, I went, "Oh fuck, you're actually a villain in this, aren't you?" Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they stopped him so simple. They were just like, oh yeah, this woman's just gonna bring him in and kill him because she's sad about him killing her killing his husband or whatever.
My other thing as well is like, I understand that the deviants, but I don't know. Okay, I don't really because apparently the deviants wiped out the dinosaurs. That's something that just kind of fucking happened because at one point he says the phrase, "Oh, there were predators on the planet, so I sent the deviants to remove the predators so that evolution could occur," which is literally. There were dinosaurs on the planet. I sent the fucking deviants to kill the dinosaurs, and then that's it. And so apparently extinctions just didn't occur. Also, apparently extinctions just don't occur because apparently there's no such thing as destroying all life on Earth for betterment of the universe, which is exactly what extinctions are. I don't get what the fuck he was talking about. But then, the when he becomes a bit more sentient and like can actually communicate with the Eternals, and he says, "All we were trying to do is survive." I'm like. Yeah, like all fucking animals and existence on planet Earth. Why aren't you two working together?
Yeah, why can't you just work together? Like, yeah.
Why can't you come to some agreement, or why can't the deviants be like, okay, look, we'll help you survive, and we'll find another planet for you, and put you on that, and you can thrive there. Literally, all you gotta do. There are plenty of planets that are not habited right now.
Literally, the whole thing is about destroying Earth to make 1 billion planets. And billion galaxies. There's gonna be more planets. So just be like, hey, look, let's just, we'll hop over here.
It's not even that. It's they want to stop Earth. Both of them want to stop Earth from being destroyed. But neither of them decide to realize that's the same goal they're working towards and be like, we can come to an agreement. Instead, they go, you want to stop the destruction of Earth? And then they go, then they like, no, and then they fight. And then it's like when he's dead, they're like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh well, we've lost an ally.
Yeah. We were doing the exact same thing.
Exact same thing.
Yeah, so
we're stopping it.
If they would have had that film split in two, it would have been a great, great series of films. And the story and everything is good, but it's just so rushed. And I feel like that was my issue with it. And obviously it's your issue with it. It's just so rushed that we don't even have time to fall in love with characters. The only character that I absolutely loved in this film was Barry Keogh. Or whatever his name is.
Barry Keogh, yeah, you're right.
Keogh. Fantastic. When your one is like fighting... I can't remember their names anymore.
Sprite.
They're fighting Cersei. When she's fighting Cersei, and he comes up and hits her, and he's like, "Well, that was emotional or something."
Yeah, that was thickest
Irish. That was moving in the most Irish accent. It was just perfect. I was just like, I love this man.
It was really weird because we were watching it too, but roommates were like, "Is that his accent?" I was like, "Yeah, that's his accent. He's not putting it on. That is his accent." They're like, "No, they're putting it on his accent." It's like, "No, that is his accent."
Yeah, and I feel like that's. I don't know if it's because we're Irish. Whatever, and it was like, oh, he's Irish too. I don't know, but it was just a matter of like, it was funny that he had that thick accent, and whenever he said something serious, it just came out as, I guess, funny. I absolutely loved him for it. And then we had the whole Harry Styles coming into the MCU
at the very end,
being Thanos' brother.
I never laugh at death scenes and stuff unless it's supposed to be funny. I never do. And this is the biggest spoiler. I never laugh at death scenes because it's supposed to be an emotional scene, blah, blah, blah. I had to hold in my laugh. No, I don't know. I had to hold in laughing when Icarus flew into the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Like, he was like, I'm sorry. Is that the sun? Whoa! Into the sun. There was nothing. It was... I was loyal to this man. I have nothing but my family to live for. Oh, bright. Whoom, into the sun. That was it. There was nothing.
Yeah. It's stupid.
So dumb.
Stupid. Because it felt so cheap. It felt so like, oh, his name is Icarus, so he has to fly too close to the sun to die. And it's like, that's just dumb.
I thought there might have been another reason. That's actually what the the article I'm reading is why he actually flew into the sun. Because apparently, if someone doesn't know the story of Icarus, the education system in all countries is failing. But like, I thought it was going to tell me something like, oh, I don't know, his power comes from the energy of the universe, and the sun gives out energy. That's the only way to kill, like, to proper like kill him and end him. But obviously not, because blah blah blah. So like when he just decides to take off, I just look at him and literally like as abruptly as I could, just as like a German shepherd inquiring at an animal, just went, what the fuck, and tilted my head sideways. It's like, that is dumb.
It was so cheap.
I love Richard Madden.
Yeah, it was so stupid. It was just and he was one of my favorite characters in it.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought his whole like playing along with the whole like, oh yeah, I'll help you, but realistically I killed her, and I actually want this. Yeah, I want this to happen. I thought that was great. But they really nerfed him. They nerfed him at the end, because this man could have easily taken them all on.
Oh yeah, they all knew it.
Yeah.
No, okay, that's the other thing that always confused me as well. They were always like, oh, he's like the strongest and the best fighter. He's like this, but then it's like 4 feet to your right is literally the goddess of war, and who's claimed to be the best warrior of them all.
Yeah.
But apparently Icarus is the strongest, and just because he's stronger, he can kill everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but like, exactly, and then you also have like the one that's I can't remember her name. The one that's like really fast.
Oh, her name was really complex. I'm not even going to try and say it. It's just an M and has a few A's.
Like, so she was really fast. So like a speedster, my argument for any hero fight is, there's a speedster, the speedster is going to win.
Oh
no
yeah.
matter how strong, no matter how powerful you are, if there's a speedster, this man can run at the speed of light, so you're literally not moving, and he just runs to you, puts his hand through your chest, and you're dead. So
yeah, you become atomized.
So the whole argument of Icarus being the strongest, and them showing us in the past he is the strongest, and then just letting him be outmaneuvered by literally everyone, is bullshit. And then the whole like, what's the fella's name, the actor, the one that's in Bollywood.
Oh, I don't know his name. He just disappears.
Great. He was just like, I just accept it's gonna happen. But
I know. I hated him because, like, the documentary every now and again was funny, but when it comes to like the actual camera screen, I was like, okay, whatever, grand. And then he just says a bunch of real dumb jokes. I'm like, alright, fine, fucking grand. But then they highlight just how utterly useless he is by just not including him in the last fight. Yeah. And then it makes no difference. He's like, yeah, he even says it. It's like, with my help, nothing will change. It's like, why are you an Eternal? Why the fuck? What are you doing? I don't even know. Because you can look at Icarus. He's the protector of everyone. It's obvious. Yeah. You can see Sprite. She's the bard almost of all of them.
Yeah, and the one that will like show the civilization what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
And Gilgamesh and him are like the protectors really of him. And then you have fucking Athena, who's a big, she's there to almost protect the Eternals, almost. Yeah. And then you have just to inspire great heroes as well. But even if I put her as well as to protect humans, you already have 3 of them there to protect humans who are vastly more superior. And then you have Fastos, who creates technology, and then you have Cersei, who creates matter into different things like water and stuff like that, which increase it, and then you have Fast, and then you have mind control. Those two could just have their own thing, which they do.
I didn't understand why they had him there, the mind control one, because it's like we want them to evolve on their own without our help. So why do you have one guy that can control them all? What's the point? It's like, we want them to evolve. We want them to evolve and help. They're literally all gonna kill themselves. Let them. no, get this guy to tell him to stop fucking being dickheads, and then we'll move on with our lives.
But I hate. I went back when we go back to when they're in the Aztec era, and Druig is like, I'm just gonna take control of them, and they're like, no, we can't interfere with their fight. He's like, you're gonna have to kill me. I was like, cool. Maybe he's gonna be an like a villain throughout this, and that he's gonna be the guy that's gonna like try to take over things and stuff like that, and I'm gonna stop him, and that'd be unreal. And then it's like, obviously not. But like, so he takes over all these people to like end conflict and war, which would have been brought past. Like, I get the whole. I don't get the whole thing, because if you create complete world peace and prosperity and then they grow and live, the only thing that they can't achieve is war. The only thing they can't do is fight back, which you are there for. So, you know. But then, like, at one point, Cersei goes up to Druig, and he's like, at one point I want to take over the whole world. And then she asks why. Like, they didn't have a whole fucking argument like 100 years back about the reasoning as to why it's such a shit idea. And she goes, why didn't you do that? That's interesting. Could you like go into it, like why you didn't take over the world? I don't know.
And it annoyed me at the end, before Ajax dies, that she's like, oh, you were all right. We should have all done exactly what you all said. We should have helped them. We should have been more hands-on. And I'm like, yeah, this is about 2,000 years too late. Thanks. And it's like, it was really, some parts are really annoying. I know it's like for the plot, blah blah blah. If it was this simple, we wouldn't have the film. And then the whole like Thanos thing, they could have just helped. I mean,
but they didn't for reasons,
because they don't want to interfere with human conflicts. But if a thing is going to destroy, well, you don't know his full intentions, but he could destroy the thing you are there to protect, and you go, fuck it, they'll be fine. It's like, why don't we just send Icarus? Let's just send Icarus. Let's just send one guy to fly in and beat the shit out of Thanos, and we move on with our lives. Or maybe send the guy that could just go, Thanos, stop, forget about all the stones, stop, and just hello boys, how are we? Just that simple.
Yeah, because at the beginning he's like, oh, why did you have a Thanos? Like, oh, we can't interfere with human interference, as you said there. But then later on in the movie they say, oh yeah, he stunted the entire thing. I'm like, okay, so he did have an issue with what you were doing. So why, that then goes back to the question as to why didn't you help with Thanos? Because your initial reason is human conflict, but it affects your plan, so it's affecting you. Why the fuck?
The whole thing is like, we need the evolution and we need like humans to prosper. So anything that is going to inflict that from happening, we need to interfere. Thanos goes, hey, I'm gonna wipe half of everything, of every person that is on your earth. Half. Hey, that's kind of going against what we want to do. We want more people, not less. I'm gonna go kill you. But no, they were it's not on us.
No, and the other thing is, you talk about human conflict. Thanos isn't human.
No.
Like,
that is an outside force that entered your planet that you're protecting.
Yeah, and yet you're like, human conflict. But like, even the whole thing of like, when Thanos, his plans got thwarted, it wasn't that they developed and evolved. The whole thing was the fact that they managed to come back from that was like, there's something special, we to save it. The fact that they actually saved, the fact that they didn't kill Thanos, continue their plan, and let the humans develop was the whole reason for them saying, maybe we should save these people. Which literally led to the entire destruction of their original plan.
Yeah. A lot of issues with it. Yeah. If you make it into 2 films, it's better. It feels rushed. Characters, no attachment to characters. It was my main issue with it.
None. And this thing, it's why I said right after the movie, I couldn't stop thinking to Rogue One, because loads of people say, oh, I don't care about the characters in that. Now the reason why people don't care about characters in that is because they die at the end. Yeah. So that's a big desensitizer to caring about someone. I still care about the characters; they're unreal. But like, these characters didn't die. In the end, they weren't all going to die. I just didn't give a fuck about them. I just was like, wow, I don't care. So I kept thinking of Rogue One, which I adore. I love Rogue One, Star Wars Story 1. But, like, they're going to die, but I still like the characters more than I did Eternals, and they don't die. And there's another fucking movie coming at some point, and apparently Kit Harington is Black Knight, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I liked Kit Harington in it. It annoyed me that he didn't help when he was like, we're going to go save the Earth. It's like, okay, I have a big secret to tell you, but I'll wait till you potentially save the Earth. No, come here. There's this sword that if I put my finger on it, this little black stuff moves, and then I become this guy. And then Blade comes in and goes, are you ready?
Oh, is that Blade, was it?
It's meant to be Blade, yeah.
Oh, that's why people give out about his debut.
So that's Blade.
It's his voice.
Blade, anyway.
That's bullshit. Why is it Blade? What does Blade have to do with the Eternals? But only if it's vampires.
I don't know.
He's shrugging at me.
I don't know. But yeah. Like, it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely not the worst Marvel movie.
It's certainly down there, though, for me.
I would put it middle of the park. Either above average or below average, whatever. I don't really know where, but it's definitely not one of the better ones. Definitely not one of the worst ones. It's just middle of the park. It's grand. Yeah, you should watch Shang-Chi though. I'd like to see your take on Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
I feel like you would enjoy Shang-Chi more.
Yeah, I definitely will. It'll definitely be a bit higher. But my thing with Shang-Chi is that, like, as you said at the beginning, it's like nice close quarters, intimate, like kung fu, proper like martial arts fighting, and then it's just all CGI after a bit. I'm like, that's gonna ruin my experience when I go through that.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah, because at the beginning it's really like close combat. You can see they grew up learning kung fu or whatever martial arts they're doing, and then at the end it's just dragons. It's like
so what?
Yeah. But no, it is better. I think it is better than Eternals. I think Shang-Chi is one of the better Marvel movies. So, yeah. Even though I fell asleep, but that was just because I was tired and the story just kind of bored me a little bit. But it's mainly because I was tired.
Oh God! Actually, one of my roommates fell asleep during Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double Emmer. I guess it also comes back to the point that we're sick of Marvel, because if this was if Eternals came out maybe let's say like 2-3 years ago, it might have been, we might have been like, whoa, shit was fantastic. It's just also the fact that we're just sick of Marvel at this stage, that we're just kind of like
because I did say, I was like, I haven't watched Marvel in a while, this is not a good comeback.
Yeah, you should have probably went with Spider-Man first. Now that shit's good. That shit's good. That's a fantastic film. I'm pretty sure you've got it spoiled on you pretty much everything at this stage, but
everything.
But even then, even if you know, watching it for the first time will still be just amazing. Yeah, but I think that's all our Marvel news. I hope it's all our Marvel news, but I think it's all our movie news anyway.
Pretty much, there's not much else.
Yeah, even though that wasn't news.
No, that was just a fucking review.
Why Icarus? This just came up. Why Icarus is the only Eternal to fly? Because he's the only one that was given the power to fly. That's why. Maybe that's because that's his power.
You could pick all of them. Literally all of them, and be like, why can this guy make weapons? Why can this guy run fast? Why can this guy not talk? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yes, stupid. Yeah, Eternals was the perfect story to bring LGBTQ plus identities to the MCU. Probably was, to be fair. With a big cast.
Problem.
Does he die?
Who?
The guy that is very smart.
Fastos?
Yeah?
No.
No, okay.
Because he has family.
Family. Oh.
No,
Sprite.
copyright.
Sprite annoyed me though. Sprite was a very annoying character. I understood why. I understood what she wanted. I understand like the whole being a kid for thousands of years is kind of shit. But it's also kind of like, yeah, you're being a bit of a bitch. You can go about this a different way.
I was like, okay, why are you in love with one of you guys who's in love with someone else?
Yeah.
Why is that where this is going?
You're also a kid.
You're also eternally a child. Until the very end, where she then just... they shook hands, and then... Yeah, they shook hands, and then it's like, it's fine, she's human again.
That's it. She just takes her powers. Yeah.
Moves on.
I think the main thing we learned from this film is don't shake Cersei's hand. I don't know what she's going to do with that.
Yeah.
If you shake her hand, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
I just hate Kit Harington's thing at the end of, yeah, it turns out my family's different. I'm like, oh my god, you're not even going to go into detail about this before you cut away. It's like, cut away, cuts back, here's a sword, you ready? And that's it.
Yeah, that was really annoying because the whole film he's like, oh, I got something to tell you, and it's like, end credits, okay, he'll say it now, and I was like, nope, this thing appeared and took Cersei, and now he won't tell us. Oh, okay, there's another one. Okay, great, we're going to see him in a suit or something. Nope, no, we got absolutely nothing.
Woo!
Oh, boy.
Fuck, I hate it.
I was literally watching and going, why is Rob Stark doing this? Why is Jon Snow here?
Yeah, I was constantly like, oh, Jon Snow, cool. No, I was more so like, oh, Kit Harington. You know, I was like Kit Harington, but I was like, it's weird seeing Jon Snow every now and again.
Yeah.
And it's also funny that they give him a sword.
Yeah, yeah, it is quite.
No, the funniest thing to me in that show, this is the last thing we'll say, in that movie, was when Fastos, who's the man who helped, pretty much he alludes to helping develop the nuclear bomb who was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh, yes.
What I fucking loved, though, was when they were playing the music of him going away with the Eternals, they were playing a song which was used in the Fallout series. I was like, hang on. I was like, there's a little thing there.
The question is, was that intentional?
I don't know. I like to think it is, yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that scene where they just kind of like cut to him standing in Hiroshima or one of the two, I don't know which one. I was just kind of just kind of like, I don't know.
The only thing that went through my mind was like, oh god, give him 5 minutes, the other one's about to go off. So.
Oh, don't look south. Don't look south.
God, don't look at the horizon for a few minutes, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Are you right, actually, with that? Is Nagasaki south of Hiroshima?
I'd be very surprised. It'd be a good guess.
Anyway. Well, we run our outro anyway, because we've been going for a while.
Yeah, so be sure to follow us on Instagram, where we post movie reviews and TV show reviews, and go to our YouTube channel where we usually
holy shit, it pretty much is. It's Southwest. Well done.
Well, I guess. Follow us on YouTube, where we have Let's Plays. We're going to get back to Let's Play soon.
Oh yeah.
We just need to start recording again, and yeah, listen to our podcast pretty much anywhere. And bye bye now.